Hello everybody. Well, today I thought we'd do another shed tour video. The last video I did of the shed was probably about 4 years ago, I think. And there has been a few changes since then. So I thought we might as well make a new video. So I'll delete that video and I'll replace it with this one. So this is of course the shed. This is where, this is my dad's shed of course. But of course Dad now being deceased, he passed away 4 years ago now. As part of his will, this shed, I inherited the shed off him, but it'll always be his shed to me. So this is, of course, where I do work to restore light fittings and, you know, do work for in the house and stuff like that. So we'll have a look around and see what's going on in here for 2026. It is now the middle of autumn, of course, and now Easter not far off, and it is a nice autumn day, of course, but it is windy. All right, so this is the front of the shed, as you can see, and this is where we keep our wheelie bins. As you can see, we have the recycle bin on the left, the rubbish and the organic bin on the right, in addition to a chair and of course a bug zapper, as you can see. All right, so let's take a closer look. So over here we have the recycle bin and the chair, and of course we have this HPM Aqua 1WS switch, and HPM does not sell them anymore, but they are kind of good to have, and that's for the light on the side of the shed, which I'll show you. Over here we have both the general rubbish bin and of course the FOGO bin, in addition to a HPM Aqua double power point, which of course is no longer made because it was replaced by the Aqua Life range. We also have a bug zapper there, as you can see, and up here we have two third generation Philips Vandalites. Originally I had second generation ones up, but I decided to replace them with third generations. And both of these have got genuine Philips Type A neutral white LED tubes in them. As you can see there, see the logo there. And on the front of the shed we have an AJ Ferguson Zodiac second generation. And that's got two Vibe LED tubes in it. And last year was when I got the new diffuser for it. So that thing is holding up very well. All right, so let's go have a look on the side here. So on the side, we have two more third generation Philips Vandalites. I've got one in T8 and T5 LED. We also have another HPM Aqua double power light switch, in addition to a HPM PE 170 series photocell. This is actually an older one. And as you can see because I have this on it, you can see where it's been excavated due to sunlight exposure. The screws that you see on these are actually not original. I replaced all the screws on these with these marine grade stainless ones because they won't rust. All right, now of course HPM does not make this anymore. This is still made, but this is not made anymore. This is a 2WS170, and it would be nice if HPM still made these, but unfortunately they don't make them anymore. So I was just lucky enough to get that thing. All right, moving on over, we have another HPM single switch, which controls the two Philips Vandalites here. In that one there, I've got a genuine Philips LED tube in neutral white, and it's 9 watt. Over here, we have another power point. It's good to have a power point outside here. And here we have the T5 third generation Vandalite, and in there I've got a Vibe 8 watt T5 LED tubes because Philips doesn't have in Australia T5 LED tubes, so I just use aftermarket, and they work just fine. And you're probably wondering why there's tape on the diffuser there. That's because there's a photocell on the top there, and the light would reflect on it and cause it to cut out. So I put the tape on there so that wouldn't happen. All right, so moving on to the back of the shed. As you can see, we have a window there, in addition to another third generation Philips Vandalite, except that one there has an opal diffuser, and that of course is a T5 LED. All right, and in addition to another HPM Aqua switch. And here we have the Philips Vandalite third generation in T5, and of course you can see we have the PE cell there. And the diffuser on this has excavated a little bit, but it still works just fine. All right, so moving on to the other side of the shed, there's no power points, but we do have another 3rd generation Philips Vanderlite, and that one there is a T8 in an opal diffused, and it also has a genuine Philips T8 LED tube. As you can see, it is getting a little dirty. All right, and moving on over, we have another photocell, and that's even older than the other one because it's kind of a green color, and that's actually an analog one. It's another HPM PE170, and that controls that. And of course, the conduit here goes into this little junction box, which goes in to this switch here. All right, so now we're back out the front. Let's go in. So here we have a screen door, of course, and the lock that I have on it is a Wipco Leichhardt, as you can see there, and it has a carbine Euro profile cylinder, which is a pin tumbler cylinder. So let's open it up and walk in. So as you can see on this screen door, we do have 3-point locking. So when I lock the lock, those give it extra strength to prevent forced attacks. All right, so that is the screen door. And here we have the main door, of course, and I did paint this door white, as you can see, and I put matte black lock sets on, and both of these are Brava locks. So this is a Brava Metro EA lock set, as you can see, and this is just a passage function. So as you see, there's no key and no button, it's just passage. And of course we have a Brava Urban deadbolt in black, and these are the good quality ones because they have the solid brass, the brass bolt with the hardened roll pin, and they also have a solid brass cylinder. So these are good quality ones. They're much better than the iconic ones and the other brands that you get from Bunnings, because these are good quality ones. They will literally last compared to the cheap rubbish that you get from Bunnings. And as you can see, it's a solid brass bolt. That's what you want for a deadbolt. Okay, so starting over here, we have the window, which has a Wipco window winder. Now that Wipco window winder does not have a key on it. And we also have a Clipsal 2015 VX power point, and with an extra switch, and the extra switch controls the lights in the shed. Over here we have some containers. That one there has all silicons and gap fillers. That one there's got painting stuff in it. That one there's got plumbing stuff. That one's got all electrical stuff. That one's got spray paint. That one, and those two just have mixed items. And of course you can see we have some tools such as some hammers and clamps. And over here we have a Clipsal 2025 power point in the vertical, which controls this chain cutter and of course this electric sanding belt. And down there we have some of the plaster tiles that I've been using in the house. Those are just offcuts. I save them because I can use them. And we also have a street light arm there, which I got with that Ferguson Zodiac. With a Ferguson Zodiac, which I a few years ago. And the lights in the shed, we have 4 battens in the shed. I've got 2 T5 battens and 2 T8 battens. So these, of course, the T8 ones are Peerlite nipper battens, and the T5 ones are actually made by Delta, but they look exactly like the nippers from Peerlite. So, and all 4 of these have got neutral white tubes. The T8 tubes are made by Cell, as where the T5 ones are made by Vibe. The T8 battens are, of course, 2x18 watt, as with 18 watt tubes. The T5 ones are 16 watt. All right, so moving on, we have a fire extinguisher. It's good to have one of those just in case. You'd never know when you need it. So I've got a fire extinguisher, and that's a powder extinguisher. And of course, we have my vacuum cleaner, which I use to vacuum up the shed. So over here, we have some toolboxes, and I've got my Dremel in there. We have some chisels, a hacksaw, and inside there, I've got some mixed screws, drill bits, and other accessories. Over here, we have the tool chest. And inside here, we have a container full of screwdrivers, as you can see there. So inside here is just all my screwdrivers. And just a box there. And inside here, we have just some, oh, sorry about that, that's just Mum coming out. And over here we have where I charge the drill batteries. And over here we have the window, as you can see. And over here is a shelf of power tools. As you can see, I've got a mixture of them. Moving on over, we have some paint cans and tins. And of course, over here we have the box collection. This is because my mum uses these. They're quite handy. Over here we have some tiles and some car cleaning stuff. I might actually get rid of that car cleaning stuff, to be honest, because we don't have a car anymore, so it's pointless keeping all that. So I might just throw all that out. And of course, in that box there is where I store the yellow tubes when they get put away, because I've switched back to white, so they're in there now. So moving on over, we have a little trolley there, in addition to a tarp and a blanket, and of course a chainsaw. Over here we have some boxes that some of my DJ lights came in, and of course the box that our iMac came in. And over here we have some more Philips Vandalights in 2nd generation and 3rd. These two here are Davis Tough Lights. These used to be on my patio before I got the other battens. And over here we have a Clipsal Tough Nut. And this is an old CLT5 batten. I've got two 8-watt LED tubes. And over here we have another Ruma batten, which I restored. So up here we have the boxes that my MacBook, my iPad, and of course my iPhone came in addition to their cases. On the shelf here we have some Peerlite and Watt Ray Zodiacs. And all 4 of these I've recently repainted, as you can see. And this one here I've put in a wrapper to help protect it. And this is the Peerlite Zodiac. And this used to be on the side of the house before I got the Ferguson. These two here are Watt Ray Zodiacs. And they look very similar to the Peerlite Zodiac, just different branding. And all of these have been repainted. In that box there, I've got some extra Clevertronics Lifelight fittings. I've got a Pro and a couple of Standards. And these here are the photo cells that I use on the Vandalights. Up here on the top, we've got some of the covers that came off some of those LED tubes that I got. I might even throw them out because I don't think I'll use them. And over here we have the ladder, and of course some folding chairs, some tables, some spare fly screen, and of course the water compressor. And underneath the workbench there is just some mixed timber. So we'll have a closer look at the lights while we're here. This is the single Nipper batten by Peerlite, as you can see. This one here is the double, as you can see there. This one here is the T5 Delta batten, as you can see. And over here is the double one. These Delta battens look very identical to the Peerlites, as you can see. And of course, we also have a HPM 4-blade ceiling fan. It's good to have that. And over here is the controller for it, which is a Legrand controller, but HPM and Legrand are both in the same family. And over here we have another Clipsal PowerPoint in the vertical. So that's just the vacuum, and these I need to clean up. They're getting a little dirty. This tub here, I've got mixed things. I've just got tools and a light globe in there. And I've also got a basketball there in addition to another PowerPoint, which of course this is plugged into. And inside this box is all the surrounds from Clipsal PowerPoints that I've collected when I built the power boards. And so inside there's just some fly screen stuff, some glue gun sticks, some nails, some ratchet fittings. Inside here's all my Clipsal brackets for conduits. And inside there's some pop rivets that I used on the Ruma battens, of course. So that's essentially all there is in the shed. There used to be a wardrobe here, but I got rid of that because it was taking up a lot of space. So now, since I got rid of it, I've gotten a lot more space. So it's good to have the extra space. All right, so essentially that's all there is in the shed for 2026. So hope you enjoyed this tour, and that'll be it.